Festive season is here, listeners. You are savor it like each segment of a post-dinner Terry's chocolate orange on Christmas Day. You're listening to your last CSP of 2025. What a year it's been, what a season. And we've got a bumper show to send it off the right way. We got games, TV, movies. We got festive stuff coming up. We'll be talking about festive movies and Christmas in general. And we do have some year concluding features as well to talk about. So all that lineup. I'm one of your hosts, by the way, Barry. Joined as always by my ever dependable co-host. First of all, it's Joe.
Hello, everybody.
And also with us is Paul.
Happy Christmas, everybody. Yes, you listening. I love whenever people tell me that they listen. I go, oh,
yes,
you're fucking class for listening. But if you are listening, wish you and yours a happy festive period, whatever you're celebrating. Happy Atheist Day of Gifts.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Do people still do Festivus jokes? Is that still big on the internet?
Oh God.
No, people do 6-7 imus.
Dear, oh dear.
Funny thing about 6-7 is that like I've kind of I've really blurred the line between doing it ironically and then, I mean, truly, what are we doing ironically and what are we doing in total sincerity? Because I unfortunately, the audience was not doing it in Manchester, which me and Joe will talk about in a second, for the 10 punches, which I was very disappointed in. But I absolutely was eagerly anticipating that. But we do have a live report, myself and Joe, to and I think it does kick off, Joe, much like the three of us reporting on the original Wembley show back in the day. Q-mania, baby, wrestling fans' favorite hobby, standing in line for things.
So this is the third location that I've been to where this has happened. O2. As I said before, we've been to the O2 like 20 times, right? Never queued once. Walked in, fucking strolled through security, got on my seat, no problem. Same at Wembley, turn up at 3 minutes before the game kicks off. I'm fucking in my seat by the time kick off.
Yeah.
I'm pissing about. Co-op Live. Right, there's the start of the queue. Oh, sorry, it's right. It's entrance E or something, entrance F, whatever.
Right.
You look at, and then you're walking around going, how the fuck do I get into there? And then the woman goes, yeah, EF, over here, love, EF. Like, right.
For those of you who haven't seen it, it's like a big cube, by the way. It looks like a big game cube.
The Co-op Live, it's a big light blue kind of cube with the Co-op written on it. Co-op is a chain of supermarkets in the UK. I think it was founded in Manchester. That might be the connection. And so then you go, all right, here's the queue. And then you start walking and you get to the end of the queue. And then you realise the queue, I would say conservatively, our queue went round 8 or 9 folds.
Yes.
Back round. It wasn't a short queue. I just do not get it. Why is this happening? This can't happen at every event. Why is it only wrestling?
And like, to Joe's point, it looked like the old phone game Snake. Like so your ticket told you to go into a particular door. And again, like any modern venue, it had a million entrances, right? So depending on which floor or section you were going to, it's like you went to that entrance. But so I like walked past entrance D. It felt like I did a lap of the building. You would then, same people you made awkward eye contact with the first time, you're all snaking around the same thing just to loop back around. And then me and my pals I were with, we remarked on the fact that eventually when we stopped basically going in a circle and a steward was like, okay, over here, if you're going to D, there were people just walking off the street joining the queue. It's like, I've been doing laps here, like in Mario Kart, for like a half hour. And it's like, well, I should have just shown up later and just walked in the door. It was mental. And so myself and Joe,
like in other elements of life, Barry, pays just to be a prick.
I mean, it's just myself and Joe did meet up at the venue, and Michelle, and we talked about Q Mania and how because I was with some pals who were from the area who've gone to this venue before, and they're like, it's great, the queue management's awesome. Like I don't know what it is that causes these wrestling events to be this way, because it's not. The funny thing is, you can't even blame AEW because it's not like them. They don't run the queue management for the venue. Is it just, do these people just go, oh, wrestling, like whatever, like presumably, do they? But that doesn't make sense either, because presumably they know how many tickets it sold, you know? So I don't know, is it just underprepared or
keep
what?
the stench levels.
Oh my God. What a...
Sorry, we as wrestling fans saying that, by the way.
They were completely, yeah. I mean, I'm certain people, especially back in the OTT days, Paul, in the Tivoli, that building got so fucking hot. I'm sure people got a whiff of me, but one member of our crew, his partner, who's not a big wrestling fan, was sitting next to a very smelly individual. And she's also signed up to come with us to Germany in the new year. And I was like, at least the seal's broken on this one.
Get the nose plugs in.
But I will say, once he got in, I thought the venue was pretty cool. I did think the venue was pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked really good in there.
I don't know how new it is. It felt very modern. It felt very new, fresh,
like 18 months older.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
It's also the biggest arena in the UK. Like, I think the actual full capacity is 21,000 or something crazy like that. Obviously, this was probably about half full for AEW, but that was, you didn't know that because it was such a big crowd. It was really, really, really good. It's like getting in, not that pleasant. Also, I think, did you walk to the venue, Barry? Because you said you were staying nearby. Yeah. So we got the tram there from the city centre. It was match day. This is on the Etihad campus next to the Etihad Arena, or the Etihad Stadium, where Manchester City play. So there were a lot of City fans on the old tram as we were going in there. But it was quite good.
So the stench was bad there as well.
Well, because we were. So I was like couch surfing near the venue, and it was close enough to walk. We did humour the idea of the tram, and I was like, wrestling fans and a lot of footy fans. Also, this was the most stereotypically grey and wet Manchester weekend. It was absolutely pissing for the entire 48 hours I was there. Not even 48 hours. And so it wasn't pleasant to walk in the rain, but I was close enough. And yeah, it is like you can hear the tannoy for the announcements of people going into the Etihad while you're walking to the co-op, right? It's that level of close. It was easier getting out, I will say. I thought that was a pretty painless experience.
We actually left early because Michelle's not been that well. She's been in a bit of pain this week, so she was a trooper sitting through 4 hours of no, I say 4 hours, more like 5.5 hours of wrestling. And also, to be honest, by the end, I was like, I don't want to watch any more wrestling. I've had enough. And then it was Cardiff versus Knight was the last match, but I was like, I've seen play. I need to get out of here. So we ran out and got straight on the tram, and we're gone in like 10 minutes. So that was good.
I think there were some complaints about the length. I think I like a long taping. You get your money's worth. I mean, obviously the value of the show blew away like WWE, obviously by far. I mean, because but it was a lot, especially like so we arrived shortly after doors, did our queuing, and got in time to see the Ring of Honor taping, which, not to belabor the point, we've talked about quite a bit on this podcast, but I mean, it's just such a WWF metal taping before this show. It was, we got to see Nigel, which was nice. Nigel came out to answer Wheeler Yuta's call out.
Because you didn't see Nigel at...
I have not yet. This is me getting to see Nigel. And the match was not really much of anything, but it was a proper kind of like, well, I've now seen the man. The other matches were like Martina, Paul, showing up to wrestle Red Velvet.
What is it, 2018 again, is it?
Well, it's funny because when she came out, I was like, once upon a time, a Ring of Honor superstar, I think just before COVID. I didn't actually see that match, and I can't even remember what the other match was, to be honest. It was again, we've talked about it before. I mean, it's just dark matches. It's just AEW dark matches that they have branded as Ring of Honor. It was nothing.
Get on.
I missed the match. So this is the other thing as well. Like, I literally just made it to my seat in time to see Yuta in the ring calling out somebody, and I just sat down in time to see Nigel's entrance. So I would have been fucking raging if I missed it, because obviously they didn't advertise it, because on TV it's a surprise. Spoilers if any rabid Ring of Honor fans are watches. Also, anyone who sees the graphic for Yuta calling someone out in England and didn't immediately guess where it was going. But part of that building being so modern and new is it's completely soundproof. So we were kind of like pottering around trying to find, is it this section? Is that, will we get a pint? I don't know. And it was only if you walked past the door to a section that someone was opening that you heard, oh, the show is on. Like the show, you genuinely cannot hear the show when you're in the hallways.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, the Ring of Honor thing has started, and just about got to see Nigel.
That happened at the first All In as well when I was cute. I got into the venue not aware that I'd missed a single thing. So I didn't hear a crowd or anything. And they had the whole like Miro and Hobbs segment.
Yes.
I totally missed.
Came out just in the middle of I think No More BS Paul White was coming out when I was like, oh shit, they're doing stuff. Like I didn't realize they were doing stuff. So it was quite long. I mean, and not only was it long, right, but just like when you're watching it at home, Dynamite felt cool and like you were watching the A show when you were seeing the important stuff. And the stuff taped for Collision was good, but you were like, okay, but it's not quite Rampage. I was telling my friends about how I went, when I went to Full Gear, I did also technically see a Rampage taping the night before where the building was half empty and nothing happened. Collision is not like that level. Like I think, Joe, we got a decent Collision, but it's just kind of like.
It was good. But I just. Like, because Tony came out before the show to do the introduction. That was fine, and they had some empty seats in the boxes, and they were like, "Guys, we need you to sit in the boxes because it doesn't look good on TV." And blah blah blah. He said, "I'm going to come out again later," and he came out again. Oh god, after about 4 hours, and he was like, "Guys, what we're going to do?" He started doing the time code stuff, which was funny.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, "We're going to do 2 more Continental Classic matches." I was like, oh, okay, 2 more matches, fine. I can get through 2 more matches. Good. No, it wasn't 2 more matches. It was just 2 more matches on top of the other Collision matches that we were having. And I was like, oh my fucking God. So it was good. But by that point, because they did a 3-hour Dynamite Collision, I thought that was going to be it. But then there was another hour of Collision to get us to the 4 hours. And I was like, that last hour was death for me. Like Jamie Hayter came out. I don't think she got much of a reaction because people were just exhausted.
It wasn't just us. It wasn't just us. Like you could feel like
there was fatigue.
Knight and Okada was a really good match, but like man, I'd kind of because he did the time cop stuff, but and I know I saw some people in some folks in the UK and Europe who weren't going to the show were kind of annoyed. Like, why aren't you just airing this on Triller? Like, why can't I just watch it? Yeah. They were. I assume that's to preserve spoilers for the TBS or the real audience, the American audience. So
they've said that before. Yeah.
It like pay-per-views have the go. This show kind of had even the cool, energetic Dynamite part had that kind of like something would happen. And then the announcer would be doing, how we doing tonight? It felt like you were watching a pre-taped thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could have maybe done the old TNA thing of structured it differently so that it flowed better as a live experience. And since you're chopping it up after the fact anyway, just chop it up after the fact, Because I think that I do think they ran into an issue where because they did it in linear order as it would air on TV, there was a big feeling of when Dynamite was done. It's like, okay, Dynamite's done. But yeah, we'll break down the show when we get to the actual TV review. But a fun experience, cool venue, queues notwithstanding, and super hot again. Not the time hurting a little bit, but a very energetic crowd. So yeah,
did you get a pint in there, Barry?
I got multiple double pints. That has not yet made it. That has not yet made it to these shores.
I'm seeing double here. 16 pints.
16 pints. I will say I had to pee a lot during this show because I mean the eye is bigger than my bladder, I think is the situation. So someone had mentioned to me, oh yeah, they do double pints. I was like, what's that? Stupid question. It's self-explanatory what it is. It's only when you go to the bar and you see the big cup, you're like, oh, it looks like something Homer Simpson would drink.
Oh my God.
So that was great. Pricey enough, but also
was that 18 quid up? 18
it was 18 quid a double.
Bargain.
Which is But I was saying I was talking to my mom earlier today, and she's like, "So does that make it 9 quid?" I was like, "Yes, it was 9 quid for 1 pint as well." Yeah. So there was no even saving there. Arena pricing. What are you going to do? But yeah, it was. They were very tasty. I was not man enough to do the double Guinness in a plastic glass. I did not want to stink out my section with a fucking plastic with 2 double barreling a plastic cup Guinness.
Do you have to wait twice as long for the double pint Guinness? I wonder.
It takes them a half hour for it to settle. Oh dear, that would have been maybe next time I'm watching a show in the UK, I'll do that. But yeah, it was super fun. Yeah, so we'll talk about that show.
I missed out. I did feel sad that I wasn't there, to be honest.
But you know what? Tony reassured us. He's like, we're going to do loads and loads and loads of shows here. If you're really loud. He did that, and then the ring announcer girl was like,
Tony, come over this side.
The ring announcer lady was like, all right, everybody, are we getting high? And then he, obviously not satisfied with the job she was doing, came back out to do the box material that Joe pointed out earlier. So but look, apparently, he says that at every show. Apparently, like if you're really loud,
next time they're over,
I think they could. I think they could swing on it. I mean, like if you do a fancy stage setup, what's the 3? Like I think with a minimal stage, the 3 is like 10,000 people.
That'd be
set up a wrestling stage, do 7 or 8. They could do 7 or 8.
I'll be honest, the flight to Dublin would be cheaper than train ticket to Manchester, so I wouldn't mind. I could, and probably quicker as well.
The only deterrent would be everything else you'd have to pay for over there.
Getting out of the airport.
You'd make it back up with lads out the front when you're queuing, going Masquerada masks straight from Arena Mexico.
I think they could legitimately do a collision taping, do Dynamite in fucking Cardiff or Manchester, collision taping in the National Stadium. I think they'd get away with it.
Which is
That's
a great
2,000. That's a 2,000.
That's a 2,000 boy, and I think it would look phenomenal on television.
If you want to dip the toe.
Because those, if you ever watch those OTT VODs, whenever they would sell that place out, I mean, it looks insane. It's just so, especially if the fans are rowdy, which they would be, you know. But hopefully, fingers crossed for the new year. We'll see what comes. They are, of course, back in August, so we will see.
Yes.
Other than that, I mean, not a whole lot of wrestling and news for the week. It is the festive season. I don't really have any festive news, to be honest. I've just been doing the usual. Any other live stuff before we jump into our various features, Liz?
Not really. Spent the day in Manchester, was, as Barry said, pissing it down. Unfortunately, I was starting to get a little bit sick, as you can probably hear, when we were up there. I don't think the weather there. There's only what I was saying, because we had a really great time. We were only there for like the 2 days, the Wednesday and the Thursday.
Yeah,
Manchester's great. Like it's really fun. It's not like as big and crazy as London, but it is a big city and it's got everything you want. We really enjoyed it, but I was just like, I couldn't live here because this is like what it's like all year round.
Yeah, just
fucking cold and damp. Like I'd probably die from an asthma attack if I had to actually live there, which is a shame. But yeah, we had a good time. Went to the People's History Museum, which was great. All about kind of the popular movements and unions and democracy and stuff, which was really good. And since then I've just been sitting in the house trying to recover from being a bit sick. But that's it. Yes.
Well, get well soon. My trick to avoiding getting colds and stuff during the winter is just let my beard and hair grow crazy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like a big old caveman. Big old knitted scarf on my face, basically. Like Joe, for the listeners, is looking very sharp right now. Clean shaven, nice coiffed hair. I look like I've just been pulled backwards through a hedge. But my face and head is very warm. is the effect of it. So I've, knock on wood, have been well so far. All the rest of my family are sick. I'm the only one. So again, knock on wood that I'll make it through this season.
I did also get a haircut this week, and actually it was one of the best I've had in a while. Firstly, because the guy...
It does look good.
As I got there, the guy had just come back from the chicken shop with his lunch, and so he ran to eat it. So I was standing there for about 10 minutes, but he was very apologetic because I had been waiting for 10 minutes. So I think he did a really good job because he was apologizing. But also where I was sat, the mirror had... The TV was on the wall opposite my mirror. So instead of having that awkward thing where I stare at myself or I stare at the barber, I could just watch the TV in the mirror. I was like,
nice.
I need this every time. Avoid the awkward eye contact.
Yeah, I don't like when you're on your haircut and you're looking in the mirror going, fucking stay at that head.
Just like
the matter with your life?
Staring contest with yourself. It's very disconcerting. Yeah.
I had a nice night yesterday. I was out in the pub with some family.
Nice.
Watching the Arsenal Everton game, which was nice. All the presents are wrapped. All the decorations are up. I did get some gingerbread candles and gingerbread, what did I call them? Diffuser. I don't particularly like eating ginger, but I do like the kind of vibe it gives to the apartment. Because I also have I've had a peppermint candy cane candle, and I've had a what's the other one? Like a cinnamon candle. So I've got all the smells of Christmas going on at once, which, along with the tree and the lights and the decorations, gets me right in the mood. So ready for the day to arrive. So hopefully we'll all make it there. Enjoy.
Hopefully it arrives.
Anyway,
God willing.
Didn't know how to end that segment, really, to be honest with you. But it being our last normal episode, certainly of 2025, I guess we need to round out where we are in our various segments. Joe, by the next time we speak, World's End will have happened. We will know the results of the Continental Classic. So how is the pick'em looking? I will clarify as well. I don't mind to be spoiled, but I will clarify. I have not watched the 1 hour collision this weekend, so I don't know the results of that. But I did watch it. I think I watched that.
The one that was broadcast, I think I did add that in.
I don't even know if there were Continental Classic matches on the 1 hour collision. I guess there were.
Yeah. Okada lost to Kevin Knight. That was upset.
Jungle Jack defeated
wrong.
Speedball.
Yeah, Jack beat Speedball.
So probably two misses for me there on the pick'em. How's the pick'em looking anyway?
It's looking a lot tighter than it was. I think the other one was Orange Cassidy versus Dorado, which Cassidy won, and we all predicted. John Moxley versus Roderick Strong. So Paul went wrong on that one, which is why he went for Roderick Strong.
Oh dear.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah, currently it's me in third place with 12 points, Barry in second with 13, Paul leading the way with 15.
It's only 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite time. We've got still, I think, another, is it 6 matches? Fucking hell.
Yeah, it would be 6. If there's one left of each, it would be 6. Yeah, 3 and 3.
Actually, I think I've updated this. Oh no, because I haven't done the taping that they just did at the Hammerstein.
Well, we don't know there is.
Yeah, we don't know.
There's also that.
So yeah, so I think there's actually 8 matches left across those 2 shows, which we'll get next week. But yeah, all to play for. And of course, I will be contacting you after those matches are done to get your semi-final and final predictions.
Yes.
Could make a big difference. But yeah, very, very tight to see too. Interesting. I've been looking at the table. I mean, you got the very, very tight Gold League.
Yes.
There's virtually nothing in it. And then the Blue League, Takeshi just kind of running away with it. So a lot of very evenly balanced this year. I mean, Okada losing twice, Fletcher losing. It's going to be interesting to see. If it ends up just being Okada and Fletcher going through to the semi-finals, I think that's, I don't want to say a waste, but why have you had all these upsets? I'd love to see maybe like Bailey and Knight going through or something like that, something a bit more unexpected.
It wouldn't shock me if they did some variety of tie in that league, because they currently, as of this recording, they have a 5-way tie. Okada, Bailey, Fletcher, Knight, and Pac all on 6.
I wonder if they do a G1 style. Well, you have the same points, but you beat this person.
Yeah. So Pac has 2 matches left. So if he beats Knight and Perry, that would make him the overall winner with 12.
Wow. Okay.
And you would assume Fletcher and Okada would then win. They both have 1 match left. You'd assume because Okada's facing Bailey and Fletcher is facing Perry. So they'll win both of those. They'll get to 9.
Probably.
So yeah, it would be interesting if they did like Pac and then like Fletcher, because he has the G1 thing of he beat Okada and they tied. So he gets to advance. I didn't in the very first year of this, they did a 3-way, didn't they? I don't think they do that rule, do they? I don't think they do the person
I
who
don't
pins.
I don't want to look it up in case there's spoilers, so I'm gonna just say yes. I don't know the answer. Probably.
They're so tied up that it would almost be difficult to avoid a 3-way tie in this one. I mean, Speedball could also. Speedball's only match left would be Okada. That would be a lot of losses for Okada if Bailey was to upset him. I don't see, especially because Okada has to be the lock, because Okada Takeshita is the final. I mean, I would stake a lot on that, although staking things on the C2 hasn't gone super well for me this year. So yeah, it's interesting. You know, feels like there's another win in there for Pac somewhere, but we'll see.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are close, in terms of the fantasy league, don't want to, speak on Joe's behalf, but I have already essentially confirmed with Barry that he's won. Joe, the comeback might yet be on. I don't know if there's enough matches left in the year for that to happen, but
no, especially with that the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal result. I was sitting there thinking, oh wait, so Barry's got Ricochet and Paul's got Bandido, and then I looked at the sheet and I was like, oh no, Barry's got both, so that'll be a nice.
So he'll get a little 10 bonus for one of them.
That'll be a 10-point bonus for that ring. Yeah.
So Barry will win the little plaque this year. And then we'll see how next year goes. We'll call this one a write-off, Joe. As far as the Joe versus Paul goes, I did say to you, Joe, I said, I think you need to get a little 20-point or so lead going into World's End. Joe's exactly 20 points ahead of me. There was a wrench thrown into that, though, with the addition of a new wrestler to the world title match, who I think you have to consider the favorite at this point. Why do you bring him back to just not win?
I was so pleased.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that Joe gets a 20 there. So
well,
I've got
2 of the 4 wrestlers in that match. So typically in a 3-way match, your odds of winning are
Barry has the other third. So.
But when you add MJF to the mix, that makes it 33 and a third plus
your chances of drastically go up.
And that's before you put Samoa Joe in there. So
Well, he's not going to. He's not even going to try.
Yeah, I feel like. Well, it's going to come down to. Obviously, you've still got quite a few points coming from the.
I got the C2 final,
which is going to be a good. It's still a good haul of points. But then if I do get the MJF title, that's going to be consistent. I think it's going to come down to outside of that. It's going to come down to. What I really need is an FTR title defense on the pay-per-view. If I get that,
well, we had one of those on Dynamite. I was sick, so I was, because we were very then
already a Briscoe title defense would be nice as well.
Yeah, Mercedes as well.
I wasn't on the Manchester show, was he? So, yeah.
So Joe's on
how we've managed this again. How Paul and I have managed to come down to literally
so close.
The main event of World's End is going to be the decider.
Joe at 987. So Joe is going to cross the 1,000 sooner than I. I'm a 967, so I'm still 33 points away. Barry, 1,249. Little bit ahead. So I think it'll be interesting. I mean, going into the draft, I'm really going to have to start putting my thinking cap on, because I think this is the year. Okay, we've only done it 22 years. But I think this is the year where we definitely overlooked some people when we were drafting in terms of who's big now, who's on the come up. Like I'll say again, Hangman Page, who's to date the top scorer for the year, was a 5th round pick. Mm-hmm. Can't let that happen again. Can't let that happen again. Ospreay did finally fall out of the top 10 on week 51 of the year.
Out for how many months at this stage has he been out?
Since August.
Since the summer, yeah.
Since July?
He's only wrestled once since All In, I think. That was just a Forbidden Door.
Yes. So it took until the second to last week of the year for him to fall out of the top 10. He was passed by Dax Harwood. But Barry's still having the top 3 in the league. Hangman Page, Kyle Fletcher, Samoa Joe are still your top 3 point scorers. The other notable thing that happened was another long-standing Mercedes Mone was in the points per match tape. Basically, the whole year.
Wow,
was passed by Bobby Lashley with
losing
a loss and an 8-person tag win. So her average
she's gone from Mercedes Hogan to Mercedes Flair. She needs to
oh my God, she's flopped.
Up her game a little bit.
So Barry, you still do have one transfer left.
Use it for a laugh.
I think I'll keep it just for extra bragging rights, to be honest.
You actually get a 200-point penalty for any unused transfer.
You can look at the World's End card, and if there's someone you want to bring in, you can do.
AJ, the Rizzler.
But I would say, though,
get your thinking cap on for next.
I would say on the subject of World's End, I I actually don't think it's as clear cut that MJF is going to win as you boys seem to.
I don't think it's clear cut, but I think for me he's the favorite.
Yeah,
I
think it's.
I just think it's easy for Hangman and Swerve to do the thing where they're mates now, but it just takes one little misunderstanding
and then cost each other,
and one costs the other, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't think you put Joe over MJF. I think for me it's like 66% MJF and then 11% for the other three each. For me, or maybe 50% for MJF and then whatever, 15 and 17 and a bit percent for the rest. I think it's close, but I think MJF for me is the likeliest. But I'll be happy if not, because that gives me a better chance of claiming second best. But we'll see. Also, Moxley on 48 matches for the year. He might yet reach 50. Again, the record from last year, Orange Cassidy 61 last year. No one's coming close to that this year. But Moxley, if he were to have 2 more matches, so we know he's having at least one in the Classic and then maybe one at World's End, and that'll bring him to 50 on the dot for the year. So he's by far, he's 5 ahead of Kyle Fletcher in terms of the most matches for the year. Which is interesting because, again, the top 2 guys, Moxley and Fletcher, having the most matches, but also have a ton of points. It's really only Mike Bailey in third who has a lot of matches but loses a lot of them. So Moxley and Fletcher, I think, are probably going to need to be in those top 5 draft picks for next year. Okay, we have a new quiz. It is Christmas, so this is my Christmas present.
Nice.
It's called Spinning Wheel Click.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
So it is sort of a form of Wrestler 20 questions, but you are playing against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a screenshot just to show you how this game works.
Oh, wow. He's come prepared, everyone.
So we have a spinning wheel, which has 40 different various criteria about who a wrestler might be. We'll do 3 rounds. And you'll take turns. You'll take turns getting a spin, and I'll give you whatever the answer is about a particular wrestler.
Right.
And whoever the first one to get the wrestler is will be the winner. Okay. So I'm going to go to I haven't chosen any wrestlers, so I'm going to go to a random wrestler.
Are we going to do ABBA style question?
We can do ABBA.
Because otherwise, the person go first, I think.
Yeah, we can do ABBA.
Well, do they get in? I think that's fair. Barry,
Yes.
do you agree?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's also how we do our draft, everyone. Look forward to that.
Yes.
Special edition coming up.
Okay, so I have the first wrestler here. And so who wants to go first? Will I flip a coin or something?
Let Joe go first.
Oh, I'll go first.
Joe wants to go first. Okay, Joe, we're going to spin the wheel, and I will
Spin
give
the wheel, make the deal.
Oh, it makes a little noise in my ear. Okay, Joe, for wrestler number 1, you get... Oh, very good. Finishing move.
The rock bottom.
Okay, I'm going to try to... I'm not just going to say literally the name of the move. I'm going to describe it. That'd be
You're gay.
You're an Age and you're Brian Alvarez's voice.
The fatal leg lock.
I'm going to say that the finishing move is a
let's just say it's a Randall Keith. Oh, no, that's too obvious. Let's say RK Orton.
It's like a modified step over toe hold face lock. Okay.
Modified STF.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess now.
Yes.
John Cena.
It is not Johnson.
Ah, fuck.
Do I have to wait until after my spin to guess?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm spinning for Barry now.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I should have considered that finishing move might literally be the first thing that came up.
But that's fine. I think if you don't say the name, I think that's fine.
Number 2, is this person known for a non-wrestling role? I would say yes. And what that question means is, are they known for something in the wrestling world aside from just wrestling?
Oh, so still in wrestling, but not...
Still in wrestling, but not a physically active wrestler role. I'll say the answer is yes.
Okay, that throws me off based on... Because I had an answer for STF. Okay. Who had a modified step over to hold? Okay, I was going to go with my original guess. It'll be Jungle Jack.
It's not Jungle Jack. Good guess, though. Okay. Spin the wheel for Joe. You're keeping track of these questions. Don't forget.
I got it open here, man.
We have Joe. Gender. This is a male.
Okay.
Who else did the STF? I don't know. Luces?
It's not Luthez.
Fuck.
Okay, spinning the wheel for Barry. And we get... Were they ever a champion in AEW? They were not.
Champion AEW? No. Terry Funk.
It's not Terry Funk. Spinning for Joe. What do we get? I like every time I click it, it makes a very satisfying spin the wheel noise in my headphone. Okay. Were they ever a world tag team champion? I believe they were, but I'm just double checking. Yes.
Really thrown off by the finisher.
Yeah, none of it.
We've other information to focus on.
Yeah, but I need. Well, it's a man who wasn't in AEW.
Tag team champion.
And a world tag team champion. God, who could it be? Scott Steiner.
No, it's not Scott Steiner. Okay, we're going to spin for Barry here. And we get best known era. So I would say this person would be best known for attitude to ruthless aggression era.
Okay, I think I have a good guess here.
Yeah.
Is this William Regal?
It is William Regal. It's 1-0 to Barry. William Regal. So his finisher, of course, the Regal.
The Regal
is a kind of STF. Kind of STF, in a sense, as the kids say. Okay, let me pull another wrestler here. Back to our generator. Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Number 2. So Barry's up first this time. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, spin for Barry. What do we get? We get best known era again. I would say best known era for this wrestler would be mid 2010s, I suppose.
Okay,
to early 2020s, that kind of period.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Good guess. It's not correct. So again, mid 2010s to early 2020s for era. Joe, you get. Were they a tag team champion? Again, we have 40 options and kicked me out the same ones. I believe again that this person was a world tag team champion, but I'm just going to 100% check. Yes, they were.
Bray Wyatt.
It is not Bray Wyatt. Okay.
God damn it.
Barry, what do we get for your second guess here? Height. Let me check it now. 5'10".
Tag team champion from the 2010s. Who's a world tag team champion? Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne.
It's not correct. Joe, over to you. Let's see what you get. Spin. Currently active? No.
Okay, so not a long career, maybe, or known for the mid 2010s. Now retired.
So the error question is kind of like their peak years, I suppose, as opposed to their totality of their career.
Who's retired recently? No one ever retires anymore.
Yeah.
I think they just either die or...
Well, I mean, the question isn't retired at the same time. It's, are they currently active? No.
Wow.
I know what you're saying, but to your point,
no one's really retired, but yeah.
No one's really retired.
Kind of, not. If they're not wrestling. God, I'm struggling. James Storm.
It's not James Storm. Good guess. Okay, over to Barry. What do we get? What does the wheel give us? Would a non-fan know them? I would say probably not.
Adam Cole?
Very good guess. Not Adam Cole. Okay, spinning for Joe. What do we get? Best known rival.
Here we go.
Oh, he's a
best known rival. Oh God! See, this is one that does kind of give it away, but
that's fine. That's the game.
Yeah, so luck. Let's spin the wheel, make the deal.
Yeah, best known rival. Let me think.
I still won't get it.
Okay. Again, the way I'm playing this is just if you said to me a wrestler's name and said who is their number one rival, I would have to say for this person, Nigel McGuinness.
Bryan Danielson?
He's got it.
Yeah.
That's correct. You got a very good spin there and got in with the answer. Didn't double question.
When you said best era, I did think Danielson. I was like,
yeah,
maybe.
Sort of 2014 through to
also 5'10". He was just okay now.
Yeah.
Okay, one more wrestler, and I think I'll just pick one here. Is what I'll do rather than. And actually, we got William Regal and Bryan Danielson both totally randomly. Right? There was no link for me to go from Regal to Danielson. I'm going to pick this wrestler for the last round. So again, all to play for here. Joe, you are up first. I'm going to shuffle the options on the wheel just to try to get some of the ones that we haven't selected yet. Up first is... Fuck's sake, height. Okay, let me look it up.
6'10".
1 foot tall.
7'7". John Gonzalez.
6'2".
Well, that's Cody Rhodes.
It's not Cody Rhodes. Barry Spin.
Okay. 6'2".
And we get. Would a non-fan know them? We're hitting the same 2 questions every time. This one, I feel like there is a better case to be made that a non-fan might know them. Yeah.
Better case that a non-fan would know this person. Better than Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Randy Orton?
It's not Orton. I think Orton is much taller than 6'2".
Yeah, probably.
Okay, we'll go for Joe's question here. Have they wrestled at All In?
Oh,
I want to say that they have not. I certainly have no memory of the guys. Any of the All-Ins. And I don't include the 2018 All-In.
No,
AEW All-In.
AEW All-In.
Ring of Honor All-In.
Yeah, I want to say that the answer is no.
No,
I don't think so.
Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy is the answer.
Wow, well done. Well done.
Wow.
I was thinking of someone who they must have been in AEW if Paul
Yes,
was
that's the thing.
questioning, thinking about if they were in it. So I just thought of someone, 6'2", relatively well known.
Matt Hardy was 100% the answer. I meta chose him because he's become the latest Twitter sensation.
Oh, God.
With his takes on what wrestling is and how it should be. So unbelievable. Joe, 2-1, come from behind victory. Joe takes the win in our first ever spinning wheel click. There's some of the options I put in were fun. We never got to use. CSP award winner was on there.
Wow.
Haha, very good.
Would you draft them into a fantasy team was on there. Good talker, good worker. But we none of that came up, unfortunately. But well done.
Nice. Well done. Well played, Barry.
Well done. Good game. Enjoying that one.
On to our TV review. I will say,
go on.
On the topic of, there's a darts player on TV. He was not blessed with conventional good looks, but he did win though. So congrats to him. I will say the venue. You were talking about new venue, cool looking venue. One thing that they lacked, I feel like, was that the venue itself came off very dark. When you see a modern venue, you typically have the little LED screens going across.
Yeah.
None of that. Very, very, very basic look to the venue on TV. Didn't come across as being a new, fresh, vibrant venue at all.
I think it's more of a concert venue. So it doesn't have that kind of... It's not used for sport. Well, I don't think it's used for sports, really. Whereas at the O2, it does have some sports and wrestling and lots of other things. This is pretty much a concert venue. So I don't have that. But yeah, it did.
I wonder if because of that, they would have put a bit more effort into the lights or decoration or, something to jazz it up, so to speak.
I also didn't think it had the greatest backdrop opposite the hard cam. There was just like a railing right in the middle of the screen, and a few people sat in it. Yeah, it's a shame because it is a really nice arena. It didn't maybe feel. I wonder if they'd actually filled it, because like basically opposite the hard cam, there were probably a third of it was curtained off. Yeah. So, but it looked great. Like. The rest of the arena was full. I wonder if it was completely full, then you could make it, like, turn the lights right up and kind of go, light it up like a Christmas tree. But maybe that was part of it. But yeah, it didn't necessarily look as... It looked like a...
It looked like they're in a brutalist concrete cube.
It kind of works. Kind of.
Just some light blue lights outside. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Because the crowd looked good. Looked like there's a lot of people there, but they didn't accentuate or highlight.
I didn't pop.
That didn't pop, which typically these shows do when they go abroad or go to these kind of bigger arenas. They typically will do some of that, but this one kind of had the feeling more of when they go to like a mid-size like collision taping. Do you know when it had more of that kind of feel to it than typically Dynamite has more of a vibrant look to it. But the show itself was good. The crowd were hot. An enjoyable couple hours of TV with some surprises and good action. Specifically in regards to the Pac Kyle Fletcher match, which I was surprised to see Meltzer rate it as low as he did, while simultaneously giving outrageously high scores to other matches. But
4.5 on the trios he went, which is mental. Christmas spirit in full effect there, I guess.
Well, let's get into the TV show. We've kind of covered the
experience
a little bit. We opened cold open. WWE fans take note.
An
actual cold open. Can you believe it? And no one uploaded the thread saying cold open to Dynamite with a video of a video package. This was a legitimate cold open. Moxie's in the ring. Roderick Strong's in the ring. It's Wednesday, you know what that means. Straight into the action. Again, Moxley very much doing it for me at the moment. I'm just becoming more and more a fan of his style of wrestling. I know especially ex-WWE fans of his, or I should phrase that as fans of his WWE run, you often kind of hear it thrown at him that he's not a great wrestler, whatever that means. I find it more and more I'm into his stuff, his kind of brawler / submission guy, or again less submission guy. He's not like Zack Sabre Jr., but he has his brand of submissions, which is a brawler kind of mode.
He's the best wrestler of the Shield 3, isn't he? By far, I would say.
Depends on what you're into.
Wrestling.
I would say yes. No, but if
Roman Reigns is good. I'm not dissing Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins is.
I think Seth Rollins is also very good, but it's a different stilo.
Sort of, crap. But Max is good. There's kind of people that would say like, "Oh, Terry Funk's not a good wrestler" because they've only seen him do like really deathmatch
Chainsaw Charlie stuff.
Yeah, like he can do that, but he can also do really good just submission, ground and pound. Like, he can do everything really.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like people still think of Moxley as being the guy who bleeds every match. And which he does like love sticking a fork into some lad's head, but not all the time. And actually, I'm more and more enjoying him not doing that, and doing kind of what he's been doing lately. It's his new kind of wrestling style. Roderick Strong is someone that I was very, very into in the NXT days, but lately he's kind of fallen into what was previously the Claudio Castagnoli spot, although lately I'm enjoying Claudio again as well. That spot of someone who I think is very solid, but I find it's very difficult to get excited for their matches. But is capable of pulling a really good one out every now and then. That would be Roderick Strong for me at the moment. This one perfectly good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Yeah. To your point as well, like, still playing off the submission story, with Mox.
Yes.
He's really great at stuff like that. I enjoyed this quite a bit.
Yeah. Mox, of course, getting the win. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Kingston backstage says, you lose a match and either you learn from it or what's the line in The Lion King? You either learn from it or you learn from it. Wise old Rafiki giving Eddie Kingston the knowledge. So he says, everyone faces forward, they'll see what he learned, and maybe he'll have a match on Collision that will prove that he's learned from his lost mojo. I believe he wrestled a British guy on Collision, so he didn't exactly come out on Collision and beat Swerve. Do you know what I'm saying? Perfectly good promo, like Eddie Kingston. Thought he looked good against Joe. Let's hopefully keep the momentum going. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the Don Callis family for $1,000 dues.
Or £750,000.
$1,000? $1 million.
Excuse me. 1,000 is what I bet.
Yes.
1,000 of them American dollars. Now we got to have the tough conversation.
Oh no,
the tough conversation about
the conversion rate. No, go on.
It's lower than
the Young Bucks gear. What the fuck are they wearing? How far away are we from Gunther choking out Kenny Omega, sending him off?
I mean, look.
Did I not want to hear that? Did I not want to hear that? That is, yeah. But yeah.
I mean, look, it's by all accounts, he wants to do more of the trios for the exact reason. Yeah. We're probably thinking. I thought even in the context of the trios, he didn't look great in this one. There was a lot of like when they were getting. And I know this is kind of par for the course for like a 6-man tag, but there was a lot of kind of like he would do his spot and then he'd tag in the Young Bucks and he's just lying down. He felt like he was lying down for ages in this match. For ages. And it also felt like this match was a lot of heat. And then I was actually kind of, even though, first of all, I simultaneously felt it was too long, and then I also felt like it ended too soon because it was starting to get going and then it ended. It's, I see a lot of these 6-mans in his future. I would say that. And I'm very curious, how often do we get the truly big Kenny singles match?
Before we get it again. I mean, but the Gabe Kidd match was this year, and that was tremendous. He managed to pull it. I think that, I don't know, he got through that one match and really managed to beat the old Kenny. But since then, even the Okada match at All In, pretty good, but it wasn't at that level. I'd be intrigued to see if he gets through next year.
Look, we know he's had very, very bad health, almost since go back to 2021 when he lost the world title. He was out full gear and then was out for a year. That was before the diverticulitis issues became apparent, which he's also now been through. I don't know. I mean, there was obviously the spot in this match where he did the fireman's carry into the flip and didn't come close to landing it. Didn't come close. I mean, I think there's something to be said for when you get to that stage. And I know it's maybe easier said than done, especially with ego and pride at play. But like taking that move out of the arsenal, trying something else, something simpler, I know it's maybe not as easy for someone who's been at the very, very top of the game for so long to come to terms on those kind of things. And maybe that's where the question again is of retirement in his head is, well, if I can't do this move, what's the point of me sticking around? And, with wrestlers who are on the brink of retirement, with the exception of Mean Mark, who fucking was just waiting for that Vince ball to come over and hit the tombstone. Other wrestlers that you hear from, once this stuff starts creeping in, the idea is that they don't want to stick around after they become the guy who used to be great, So that was kind of sad because I was really pulling for him to have a little performance here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, Joe will sympathize with me. As a Manchester United fan, when a new signing comes in, you're really fucking hoping that they're going to come good. And then you're watching Manuel Ugarte give the ball away for the 60th time in one game. There's a time where you say, oh, God, I really wanted it to work. But call it. Call it is exactly it. So, look, hopefully... and the other thing to consider is with Kenny, with his health, is he would have just had a very, very long flight over to England, possible jet lag on top of everything. So I don't want to say that this one match is like fucking ring the alarm, get rid of this guy, but it wasn't a good showing ultimately, specifically from Kenny, which really, really sucks because not too long ago we remember how good he was. Maybe take some time off again. I don't know if it's more of a case of longer breaks between, in terms of recovery and in terms of that kind of thing. Longer breaks between matches. Maybe
he can't be a TV wrestler anymore. Like he got to go to the Danielson routine, I think, of
or even like a Lesnar model the last few years in WWE of not being involved in salacious lawsuits, but
just doing suplexes for the entire match and not actually having to take any bumps or.
I mean, in terms of only wrestling like two matches every on pay-per-view. Yeah.
He could do that. I don't think you want to do that, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he can. It's sad. You don't want to see a half-baked Kenny Omega. You want to see the alpha. Well, let's see. Maybe next. I think he could go through next year, maybe 2020. We can't have Tanahashi and Omega retire in the same year. I think he'll keep going for another couple of years.
What if he runs in during the Okada Tanahashi match, jumps up on the apron and tags in Tanahashi and loses and retires instead?
I like that. You can do that.
And then Joe Hendry comes out,
Mike Hendry's had
oh my God.
But I mean, look, that's just that is the situation, and let's see if it gets better or what the story will be. Obviously, they won the money, whatever that means. There was more Okada, Takeshita, not getting along.
This was quite funny again.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amusing.
Yeah, I'd like to see that kind of start to ramp up more than it kind of has.
Yeah, it's still a bit too funny. We need to see.
But it's still a bit too, like, they're still on the same team. They're still bumping into each other. I would have thought, when the Continental Classic was announced, even obviously they've been doing this from before then. You do that for like the first 4 or 5 weeks. We should have already had this segment where Takeshi like leaves the Don Callis family. They have the like, it's him or me kind of
right
ultimatum, and they have the big segment together. Look, okay, granted, you can't just say these are the guys who are going to be in the final of the tournament, but you could still, from a storyline point of view, have these two guys who don't get along, who are still in the same group. More should have happened in regards to those two feuding, so that you as a fan wants them to meet in the final because of all the context of what's going on. But it feels like, because they can't say they'll be in the final, they've been kind of holding back on that really exploding.
Right.
Which I guess the line of thinking is, well, we'll do that when they both get to the final, and then it becomes, oh my God, they're both in the final. But from a storyline point of view, it does feel a little lukewarm.
Right.
That should be exploding. We should be champing at the bit for those guys to make it to the final.
Yeah, Takeshita should be the
baby face already.
Baby face, and should be kind of getting kind of corner. And he was, like, a few weeks ago, they had him almost isolated from the rest of the Callis family.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of just come back to, they're Laurel and Hardy again. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Again, if we go back to this time last year, I was writing episodes of Dynamite because it got so bad. But if I were to write a segment of Dynamite this year, the go home on this Wednesday's Dynamite, I know it's not happening, it's been taped already, whatever, but I would have had a segment with Don Callis mediating between Okada and Takeshita. Guys, we need to get together on the same page. We're going into the, you're both qualified for the semifinals. We're going to bring it home. A segment, it erupts, escalates. And segment ends with Takeshita hitting Callis with either the knee or the Raging Fire. Okada retreat up the ramp, and Takeshita says to him, at World's End, I'm coming for your title. I'm going to beat your ass. And the crowd go, ah. And that's the hook for, like, Takeshita is super motivated to make it to the final. And Okada's motivation is to defend his championship, of course, but knowing that Takeshita might be waiting for him. And that's the storyline going into all of that. Now, does that make the semifinals more predictable? Sure, but they're kind of fucking predictable anyway, because we feel like this is the match we're going to get. So at least put some gas behind that, Like, I feel like we should definitely be having at this point already a out and out babyface Takeshita against out heel Okada.
Yeah.
Not still be doing same thing was with Ospreay when he came in. He was still in the Don Callis family for 4 months for some reason. Like, rip the Band-Aid off at some point and let's do this. Like, and then we come to the contract signing. First contract signing in wrestling history without a table.
Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it? Yeah. So
Shivani will be playing the role of the table. I am the table. He was just holding the contract. There you go.
I forgot, by the way, that MJF had his little contract doodad. So
yes.
when Tony goes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 names have signed, and the lights went out. And then when they came back up, it was MJF and everyone crazy. I was like, oh my God, is he going to do a Mania 20?
Chris Benoit.
Writing his name next to, Hangman's full name is Adam Page Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I forgot he had his little doodad. This obviously got the pop of the night, this appearance.
I have to imagine it did, yeah.
So he comes out. I will say that he had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hands, which a big star like him will always do on his comeback.
Yes.
I did not enjoy this at all. I will say I wasn't into the idea of a 3-way at all. So I'm certainly not into the idea of a 4-way. And I thought, if you could pick 3 people on this entire roster who I would not have just stand there and be called like P. Diddy, it would probably be this exact trio of people for like preserving reasons. I thought it was pretty ludicrous. Like, did they say that they were doing no physicality? I assume they did. They always do for these contract things.
I don't think they did. That
I didn't hear it, but
I will explain it. That would explain it.
And then I was like, mentioned on commentary, because when I watched it back, they did say, God, what was it? He was getting in Hangman's face. They were like, oh, you can't. Like,
maybe they did.
Maybe they didn't comment.
I just kind of referenced it at some point, but I didn't hear them say it at the beginning. That it was like,
but also like MJF wouldn't really be included in that because he just showed up at the end to add himself. But I thought it was
because they said anyone involved in the main event at World's End cannot get physical with participants.
So it actually makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
Whoever it is.
Whoever might be in this segment.
Don't say the number, just whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought his material was lame, and I thought that was a very poor aspect of it. So didn't do much for me other than getting to be part of a big moment where a guy came back and everyone cheered. You know.
Well, I thought it was class. So where are the other ends?
No, you didn't.
I did. I was doubling down.
No, you weren't.
Literally was.
I agree that the material was weak. I mean, some of it was all right, some of it was weak. But he just projects. Like, this is what is often missing in AEW is like someone projecting like a star.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Actually having a bit of an aura, like because you don't always get that, especially even from Hangman and Swerve and Joe that I like. Sometimes like, I thought Swerve had it a little bit tonight, but the other two didn't really. But at least MJ, he gets the pop. He comes out. He's doing the whole thing. He's also booked like a star, you know what I mean? He comes back after a long time away, straight in the world title match. It's like, yes, we actually booked this man like a main eventer and like a star. Like, he's not coming back and doing collision matches for 6 months before he gets in the world title picture. Like, he's just...
I would have loved if he did come out and cut the Dante Martin. I'm fucking shit, lads. I know I suck, but... Can I have a title match, please?
It is the only WWE kind of booking they do where a guy comes back and immediately is in the world title picture. And it does kind of undermine the whole concept of like the C2 and these guys having all these matches to determine who's the best wrestler. And it's like, oh, MJF wrote his name on a contract and now he's just going to win the world title. It's a bit silly, but
yeah,
wrestling. We like wrestling.
It is wrestling.
And this is wrestling.
He did come out with his hair slicked back like he was in that Tim Anderson spot.
Oh, I think this is just his latest hair transplant. Wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying as well. Everyone was saying that. Oh my god! I was like,
I thought it was just wet.
Turkish Airways.
He came out looking like a Lego.
East to west, not west to east. Definitely.
Yeah. So there you go. So he's in the match.
Nice suit on as well.
Nice suit, of course.
I thought this was good. I thought all three had good promos, especially Swerve. I thought it was very good. Samoa Joe came out in his big tracksuit, which is very cool looking as well. And then MJF came out and had a good promo. Yeah, I'm very into this. And this, to Joe's point, we've had 4-way main events before where the star power of the participants was like pathetic.
Yeah.
You know? Here you've got what feels at the moment like 4 of the most important guys in the company. And stars, you know? Where legitimately any one of the 4 of them feels like it could win. Feels like they could win. So this is one of the more, maybe the main event I'm most looking forward to since like All In, I want to say.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very, very into this. So let's see.
Okay.
They were dressed cool, which for me, that always gets more for me. I like when stars dressed cool. It was very long though. It's the only.
It did go on, didn't it?
It did go on.
God bought a Swerve, if you ask me. Oh, that was a good line. I like that one. Hard Swerve.
Okay, and also MJF looked like Robert De Niro at points.
Okay.
Okay.
He does a little face. He's a little.
Yeah. You're talking to me.
You're talking to me, Robert De Niro face. Women's Tag Team Champions, Babes of Wrath and Timeless Love Bombs versus Mercedes, Monet, Athena, and the Mega Problems. Mega sure. So let's get it out of the way. How cool was the Timeless Love Bombs dance entrance live?
It was all right. It was good.
It was all right. Yeah.
I couldn't really see it. People standing up. I couldn't really see it.
Ah, bastards.
There's a great Money dance happening low in the crowd. So, trying to balance my double pint. And
I saw some twats to the left of me doing the Monet dance. I don't know what that was about.
It's a shame Taz wasn't on commentary. Drunken idiot Joe's up there.
CEO.
Well, the CEO and Athena did get the win, and they will be going for the titles at the Pape.
It's a good match for them, I think, to get the champs off.
Mercedes defense for Joe at World's End, unfortunately.
No.
Probably think they probably won't win the titles either, but
match is all right. Yeah,
surprised. Another L for Tony Storm. Tony, girl, enough of this generosity. You haven't won a match since 2017. She's like, to get back on the horse here. Good fun. Fletcher Pack. Here we go. Now we're talking. This was the best match on TV. Was that also the case in person?
I guess so. I enjoyed it. I think the crowd very into Pac, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I don't know. I like Moxley Strong as well, though. Actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, maybe it didn't quite hit the heights I was hoping for because with the run Fletcher's on in particular, but it was really good.
First Black Arrow Pac has done since his return.
That was cool.
Reminded me how cool that move is.
Yes, that was very cool.
My God. It doesn't matter how jacked he gets, he's going to hit that move.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Poison ran off the top rope right before as well. This was my favorite. I thought this was maybe going to be tickling the 5 for me, but it didn't quite get there. It wasn't as good as the Fletcher speedball match from the week before, but also very good. And then we had a Battle Royal match. Sure was a Battle Royal.
This was shit, wasn't it? I mean, I was still at this point thinking, oh, he's MJF. I was like,
it had MJF.
I know. I was thinking, well, MJF's not going to be in this now, is it? Obviously, I'd been anticipating him returning in
Same, yeah.
Now, as I was thinking, well, he's not going to come out again, is he? Probably very unlikely.
Well,
so I was expecting someone to come out as a kind of big.
And it was just the mid-carders.
It was very much Rampage.
I'll give you my theory on what's going to happen here. So they said that on this show, the winner of the ring gets a world title match at Maximum Carnage.
Yeah.
Ergo, ipso, vis-a-vis, MJF wins the world title and maybe goads the ring holder into putting it on the line at Maximum Carnage.
Maybe they'll play that up on TV this week. I think that would make sense. They could have done something at this show, couldn't they? Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, you don't want to telegraph that Jeff's going to win the belt.
I think you need to like set something up because this was just a jobber royal. This was just like
the weird thing about this match was also they started the match with about 90% of the participants not even in the ring.
It's a battle royal, and yet
that was what's up with that?
Like 4 guys in the ring.
Very weird.
Very odd. And
I would say to the point of it being badly arranged.
Badly
produced.
The whole kind of 2 winners thing as well, that's never really...
Yeah.
The crowd seemed confused by that as well.
I know, it's been 7 years, people still don't get it, and because it's not a good idea.
It's not a great idea, yeah, absolutely.
You either have like 2 battle royals, have 2 separate battle royals, and then the 2 winners face, each other. That makes sense, because then you get 2 winners. Don't have this.
Plus, it wasn't an especially like cool climax either. They both like Bandito just kind of eliminated someone, and then Ricochet just slid back in, and they looked at each other. It wasn't great.
Yeah. So Ricochet Bandito, that should be a banger. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should be good.
Assume Ricochet will win. He does the kind of hand deal anyway. So
it would make more. It's a heel gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, unless Bandito gives it to his abuela.
Oh, that'd be cool. And then if that'd be cool. And then they can just write it off and forget about it. If MJF's not going to have it, I think
no. Abuela has to defend it.
No.
We had a Moxley promo then. He did a very similar promo to Eddie Kingston earlier. where he said,
I got a slow tease in this idea that he's obviously turning face soon, so.
I think there'd be a face Moxley with this character. I think would be quite interesting.
Yeah,
I'd be into that. Arash de Cassidy against Mascara Dorada.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Cassidy won with a roll up, which I will say been a few too many roll ups in this tournament. You can just have a guy beat a guy. It's not the end of the world. They don't have to roll them up every time. Few too many roll ups. And Cassidy threw his sunglasses to Dorada at the end of the match. I don't know if you would have caught this live. He threw his glasses into the ring for Dorada to put on. Dorada put them on, but because he has the mask on, he had no ears to put, and they just fell straight off, which made me laugh. Lexi Nair backstage with Monet and Athena. They're going for the titles at World's End, I believe was mentioned here. Jamie Hayter against Isla Dawn. Hayter obviously put her away very easily. And then they had a schmoz with the Sisters of Sin and Tekla and Statlander. And I don't know whether it was the angle on TV. Again, you guys might tell me that in person this was different. But Hayter accidentally hit Statlander with a clothesline that did not look like it was ever going to hit anyone else but Statlander.
Yeah, but I think also the point was that after that, Hayter was
didn't care.
Whatever. So it was kind of like maybe she wasn't going for her, but she wasn't not going for her as well,
Yeah. And then we had FTR and the Bang Bang Gang in the main event.
Really fun, stupid finish,
special.
Stupid, overly cute finish, but that aside,
I thought this was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
I think we're quietly seeing FTR versus the Bang Bang Gang is like the modern
one of those
Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express kind of things where they've had these
great matches every time.
Having these really good matches. Yeah, I thought it was really great. I enjoy both Bang Bang Gang. I will say Juice Robinson here looking like a kind of early 90s WWF jobber.
Yeah.
With the tights over the long black stuff. I was like, oh, Juice. Juice is on fire.
Yeah.
For some reason, he got more creative chants than anyone else on this show. There was about 6 different Juice Robinson chants.
Juice Robinson is
a good one. Yeah.
I love Juice.
To work into various things. Yeah, this was good fun.
Robinson did tap out in the end after they had won, but the foot was on the ropes gimmick.
Yeah, I fucking hate because the referee counted 3.
He's like his final.
Yeah, you counted 3, and then there's no music playing.
And no bell ringing.
And so, but the timekeeper hands them the titles and they go, I guess we won. Oh, yeah. God, I hate that shite. I hate it.
I feel like that works only the other way around, where if it's the heels think they won.
Yes.
Because you can do the heels are stupid and think they won. When the baby faces do it, I'm like, oh, you idiots.
Very
idiots. Goofy. Anyway, that's how we went off the air with a very good title match. And so we have Collision, which I didn't watch, but we spoke a little bit about. I don't know if you have any notes on that.
No, Jack Perry got his kind of what might end up being his one win over Bailey. Good match. Perry's, he's no Darby, but he's been good. He's been solid in this. After this match, in your very kind of WWF segment, Luchasaurus came out dressed up as Santa, threw a load of toys into the crowd, a load of tat. Despite the fact it was obviously tat, the audience got into a fight over it.
I saw that.
So for the next segment, we were distracted by security coming over to eject them. Then saw the video after the fact, and it was like some woman a mile out of her seat to try and grab this tat out of someone's hands. And when the fella who it was actually thrown to was like, no, what's this? Her fella came over and lamped him. Turns out they were 2 wrestlers then it all, which is even funnier. Obviously grumpy that they didn't get I think it was a Squishmallow. I think it was the thing.
It was.
Anyway,
good lord.
Eddie Kingston squashed Nathan Cruz. That's who was in the other Ring of Honor match. That lad from literally the first Progress show. He was in. Monet did a segment backstage. It was like, I'll put my British titles up against any one of you Brits, and out came Windsor. Fun little match. Windsor got the upset pin with the seatbelt. So Mone's descent, Mone Hogan here losing to certified like lower mid carder Alex Windsor. So that's kind of funny given what everyone was saying earlier this year. Windsor brought her son into the ring to celebrate, which is cute. And then the Jet upset Okada in a really good match that probably would have gotten a little bit more reaction if it was earlier in the night, but it was good. It was good nonetheless. Yeah, that was Collision.
Very good.
So we'll do a quick look here at the World's End card.
Yeah. 6 matches made so far per Wikipedia.
6 matches made. So you will have your semis and your final for the C2. Obviously, that was one of the final last year with Ospreay and Okada ended up being one of the better matches of the year, and I would think with the people in play here, I think there's potential for this to really deliver this year as well. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yes.
Statlander versus Hayter, which I think should be great.
Should be very, very good.
2 of the best in the division. You have the aforementioned 4-way for the men's title.
Should be very good.
And Babes of Wrath versus Athena and Money. I think that's a strong looking card there. I think that's some really solid stuff. Obviously, in the next, C2 finals probably going to get a lot of time, but there's still plenty of room there for stuff to be added. So I would say in that TV that they've already taped, they'll add some more.
Nice little tag title defense. Nice little TNT title defense.
Yeah.
They typically do a big tag match with people who didn't make the C2 finals or people from the C2. They do like 4-on-4s.
Yeah, a little Megan Bain match on the pre-show.
MJF wrestled 3 times just for no
Eddie
reason.
Kingston versus the Squishmallow. Squishmallow on a pole match versus those twice.
I tell you what. Would not be a bad little bit of marketing. Eddie Kingston Squishmallow, get that made.
That'd be class. I would absolutely buy that. There's your World's End next weekend.
Yes.
Let's talk about some movies, gents. Talk about some motion pictures. I haven't really seen much this week. I got 2 of the Christmas classics in, Home Alone and Die Hard.
I was just going to say, is it Christmas? Home Alone and Die Hard are on here. Was the shop out of more obvious Christmas films?
Yeah. So getting in the festive spirit, 2 greats, of course. Always.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to tell me that these movies are good.
And I've definitely said that multiple times in the history of this podcast. So there you go. But yeah, nothing more contemporary than that for me. What about you boys?
Yeah, both very good. I've only seen Die Hard the once, which I believe.
Oh, really? That's interesting. It holds up.
Yeah, for sure. And I've never seen any of the sequels. I do need to check out Vengeance.
With the Vengeance is good.
With the
Vengeance too. Absolute pony.
You telling me Live Free or Die Hard?
Oh God, that was on ITV, and they went up next. Die Hard with
4.
Yeah, Die Hard 4. Live Free or Die Hard. I was like, oh no.
Next, Die Hard, the bad one.
Today I watched 2 Spider-Man films actually.
Oh.
The first,
which ones?
The first cartoon one. It's called Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse, which is wonderful. Oh, the animation's so good.
It's just very, very.
It's a work of art. I can't remember. Is that the one we saw, Paul, or did we see this?
The sequel was the one we saw. We saw Across as well.
I think I saw this. I can't remember if I actually saw the first one at the cinema, but it's just. I remember how good it looked on the big screen. Like it was just so immersive. So and the story is really great. I actually think I really like the second one as well. It's just really good. But yeah, that was good. And then Homecoming was on BBC One, so I was like,
okay.
Homecoming was there.
Michael Keaton's in it. What is this? Pro wrestling? The Shocker. He's so good. It's funny that he's like 70 and playing a dad of a high school kid. He should really be the granddad, but he's still got the energy to play like the kind of like a middle-aged kind of guy. But he's really good.
Well, I mean, when the teenagers are played by 30-year-olds, you can kind of Homecoming, good fun.
Homecoming's enjoyable.
I have some new films, contemporary. I watched Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Ah, yes,
The third Knives Out film. So I came in here with a lot of bluster about how it's back to form. Knives Out 1 was class. Glass Onion, not so good, but this one's good. And then I checked my letterbox. I actually gave Glass Onion like 4 stars. So I need to visit that one. Because in my head, it didn't hold up. But I guess when I watched it, I actually thought it was a hoot. So we'll see. But this one, the first Knives Out takes place in this big country manor. With like secret eggs. It's very much like, people refer to the Dartmoor level in Hitman. Very same vibes to the Knives Out movie. And Knives Out, great performances. Particularly like Michael Shannon screaming into Chris Evans' face about eating cookies. That's still my favorite bit of the movie. Anna de Armas, Christopher Plummer, obviously Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. Great cast, great fun movie, fun mystery, good jokes. I mean, the first Knives Out to me is a banger.
It's a classic. Yeah,
nailed that one. Glass Onion. The phrase I always use about Glass Onion, even though I apparently gave it a very good score, is what I didn't like so much about Glass Onion compared to the original Knives Out was felt like it liked the smell of its own farts a little too much. Was a little smug, was a little self-satisfied.
Yes.
Again, great cast, Dave Bautista, our favorite in there, Ed Norton, go on, so on and so forth. But also the location being this kind of high-tech holiday resort villa type thing. I don't know, I do prefer more of a gothic feel to my whodunits. I'm just more into that kind of style. So this one definitely takes a step back in that direction. Wonderful cast again. Josh O'Connor absolutely stealing the show. Josh O'Connor of Challengers fame, if anybody saw. He was obviously also excellent in that movie. He seems to be the name of the moment. He's in a lot of stuff.
He's in a couple of different things at the moment, yeah.
Very convincing American accent, actually. Watching this, I was 100% certain on whether he was American or sure what he was, but he is an English actor. Yeah. But he's excellent. He's top here. But you also have, I was going to say True Grit. Josh Brolin is in it.
True Grit, they call him.
True Grit. They call him from that movie, True Grit. Wake Up, Dead Man. I mean, Josh O'Connor is so the best in it that it kind of steals the show. Kaylee Spenny, one of my personal favorites as well. Priscilla and
Alien and that.
Civil War and Alien and that. Andrew Scott, our very own Andrew Scott. I do feel like Andrew Scott is not the best used in this one. That would be maybe one of my little criticisms is his character. Well, there's a very early appearance by, again, one of my favorite actors, Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, yeah. Wow, what a cast. That is a great cast.
Bordering on a cameo at the start of the movie. I do feel like, and this is maybe me being biased off how good he was in American Fiction, because Andrew Scott plays also a kind of dejected author type. I'm thinking, would Jeffrey Wright have been better in this role maybe than Andrew Scott? But I do like Andrew Scott. He's just...
I was wondering, did they cast Andrew Scott as a sort of like a sexy, soft-spoken Irishman?
They did not.
They deviated from the plan. Okay.
Yeah, Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner, Thomas Hayden Church, Glenn Close, Josh Brolin. I mean,
Mila Kunis in fucking...
Yeah, she was in Black Swan 15 years ago.
Actually, sir, she was also in that 90s show, like last year, whenever they fired that.
Family Guy? Hello?
Shut up. Peter, don't be so mean to our daughter. Lois, I've just hit her with my
Why did you do Peter's voice for Lois?
Lois, I think
that's bad.
I just hit her with my car. Hello, everyone. I'm the dog. I'm a liberal. What?
It's a baby. Hey, look.
Lois, that wretched sister of mine is dead under the fat man's car. Oh, you think that's bad, Stewie? Anyway.
Is this AI?
What about the town kind of Norton killed this guy?
Oh, God.
Anyway, Wake Up Dead Man is good crack. It's got a really great Josh O'Connor performance at the center. He almost he's a priest, and it's set for the most part in this refectory and around the kind of chapel. Josh O'Connor's character kind of partners up with Benoit Blanc and almost becomes more the lead investigator even than Daniel Craig's character. But it's really very good fun. I very much enjoyed it. And I thought it was closer to the level of the original than the second one. So I'll give a big thumbs up. If you're a sucker for a whodunit like I am, it is a very good one. Even if I did see some of the twists and turns coming from a little distance off. Still very, very good. And then I saw Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What format did you see it in?
I saw it in 3 dimensions.
Oh, really?
In the cinema, I did. Because that's how James Cameron intended these films to be perceived all the way back to
coming at me through the screen.
My God, they're going to shoot me. The train is going to knock me down. So Avatar. Actually, I watched Way of Water the night before as well. So a full Avatar.
How'd that hold up?
Experience. Now, yeah, I liked it about as much as I did the first time around. I didn't bother to rewatch the first one because I feel like I've seen the first one enough.
It's boring, you know.
I'm not. No, I prefer the first one to the second one.
What?
Talk about boring. Do we want another half hour of them just swimming around dolphins?
Yes, please. Yes, we do.
In fact,
ironically, we do.
45 minutes of it. I do prefer the first. I think they get progressively less interesting, but that's just me. But I remember, fucking Jacob Sully goes to becomes a blue rabbit. They live in the trees. Edge shows up in a mech and they fight and they burn the tree down and then they save the day. I remember all that.
Yeah.
Way of Water was a little, even though I'd seen it more recently, it was a little bit less fresh in my head in terms of all the stuff. Like there's the 2 brothers, you can't really tell them apart, but they're there. And then there's a daughter who's played by Sigourney Weaver. And so you have like a young girl who has the voice of a 70-year-old woman in Marge Simpson esque kind of weird voice casting. And you have Jake Sully and you have in the water, Kate Winslet character. And I didn't really have in the forefront of my mind, okay, what are all the little threads that I need to keep in mind going into this third movie? So I did watch Way of Water again. Did enjoy it again. Mm-hmm. I think Way of Water is good. It's a little long and bloated as these films tend to be. But I actually, if anything, I think I enjoyed Way of Water slightly more on second.
Okay.
And then we come to Fire and Ash, which is the third film in the sequence. One thing I would recommend is if you're interested at all in Avatar as a series and you do want to see the third one, I would recommend to revisit the second one first because it is very much Way of Water part.
Okay.
Less its own thing. Like I had in my head it was going to be like levels of like Mario Odyssey, right? They have the forest. Number 1 is the forest film, then they have the water film, and this will be the fire land,
lava land.
It is very much not that. It is 90% still water, and then there's 5 minutes where they show you the like home of the fire people,
right?
And it's like an ashy, like a post volcano eruption area where it would like a burnt down tree, and it's such a small bit of the movie, so it's not like this is the fire movie. It's very much not that. It's Way of Water Part 2. So he's basically made a 3-hour movie and now a 6-hour sequel to it is what it feels like. And the storyline of this movie directly follows on from the storyline of Way of Water. So it's a very direct sequel to, as opposed to, like, there's no time jump again like there was between films 1 and 2. So it's about, spoilers for Way of Water, I suppose. It's about the loss of the one character at the end of the first movie and how the family is kind of reacting to that, and the ever-existing threat of the Sky People, and they're going to come back, and Stephen Lang's character is coming back, and okay, well, what do we need to do then? We need to, and there's a new threat of the Ash People, led by Una Chaplin's Varang, who is the only named character in that whole tribe. They are very undercooked, I'm sad to say. They introduced this whole new tribe. Only one character has a name or a character. The rest of them are faceless bodies for fighting. So they sadly do feel very undercooked. But the other thing is that the film is a little bit derivative of itself or at least of Way of Water is what I'm saying. If you remember in Way of Water, there are shots where there's the big enemy boat where kind of the last act takes place. Big enemy, like, carrier. And then they unload the like little crab machines that the baddies drive and the little shark ones that the baddies are. There's literally a shot in this where the exact same thing happens. The big ship's coming and you see the crab things walk up into the sea, and then the little shark capsules come off at the bottom and start swimming away. And then there's also a scene where you might remember in the first movie, one of the sons is lured out where he meets the big whale, his friend, Pakuyan, or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. And he's being attacked by these like bad fish. And he's in a little underwater cave and they're attacking him. He's starting to like run out of air. And then the whale thing saves him. That exact same scene happens in this movie as well. So it's very familiar feeling, not only in that Avatar is anyway quite a derivative series, right? It's Pocahontas. It's Dancing with Wolves, except, blue. Yeah. But now it's also derivative of itself as a series where it's recycling and reusing ideas from the previous movie. Like the whole finale of this movie, if you saw Way of Water, it will feel very familiar to you. There's a lot of that. Also the spider character, which is the human who lives with them with the dreadlocks.
The long hair,
the long hair and the dreadlocks. He is the Jar Jar Binks of the franchise now. Everything is shit. Oh, shit. The word butthole makes an appearance as well. In this magical fantasy world, talking Tom about buttholes now. And there's a scene towards the end. Again, don't spoil anything. But there's a scene towards the end where he's having this, being included in this big Navi spiritual experience, let's say, right?
Okay.
And they're like, Spider, truly you are part of our tribe, and truly, we accept you. And he goes, no shit. Fucking hell, these people. James Cameron, brother, put the pencil away. People would talk about Tony Khan needs a booker.
Yeah.
James Cameron. Oof. I don't know why he woke up and chose to write this character as the most annoying, not quite Marvel coded, but bordering on it.
Yeah.
Just like idiot. Oh my God, he's such an annoying character. He's really, really, really turned me off any scene he was involved in, which, if you remember the first appearance in Way of Water, he's very much a periphery character. Not really. Nope, this film, he is front and center and very involved in the plot, and he's 100 times as annoying as he was in the previous movie. The word shit, I want to say, gets said about 900 times in this movie.
It's the darker chapter.
Browner chapter, I suppose. But again, if you enjoyed Way of Water, it's more of that. So it's wonderful visuals, it's new magical creatures in this world, and it is perfectly watchable. There are, like I said, some things that are a little annoying and a little overly familiar feeling. And I still do come out of these thinking, especially after watching this one and the worries I had about it, like, how much of these can you realistically keep doing? With just is 4 just going to be the same thing? And
I don't know.
It's good. I wasn't crazy about it, but it's good. It's even longer than The Way of Water is the only thing. So it is very long. The only thing I'll say as well is I have figured out the how to see the films in the cinema is just you go at like 9 in the morning.
But that's what everyone said. Yeah. It's
because between this and Wicked, 2 immaculately behaved audiences. Albeit there was about 7 people in my Avatar showing.
Well, that's how you get the well-behaved audiences, yeah.
It is. So that's Avatar, The Way of Fire. It's fine.
Alrighty. That is the movies for the week. Joey, no movies for you?
No, nothing.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he said Spider-Man's, yeah.
Nothing there.
What about telly? I haven't really seen any telly this week. I've been slacking a little bit. I'm a little bit behind on Pluribus. I think I probably might. There's one more left. I might just binge them over the actual Christmas.
I'm 2 behind. I've only watched up to 6. So I haven't seen 7 or 8 yet.
We've started it on the first two.
That's good.
Definitely.
How do you find it?
First episode, very intriguing. It's kind of, it's a classic TV pilot. It's like, something's happened. And then it's you don't really get really into too much. I think it's crazy. Second episode, quite good, but I can already kind of feel it getting a little bit like, I don't know, buried in sort of, this thing has happened and now we have to deal with the fallout of this thing happened, where I kind of want it to actually go.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true for the rest of it. We shall see. But that's kind of my feeling. Very impactful first episode, but then, like, what's the follow through? Do you actually care about the characters?
I feel like that is kind of the feeling until maybe episode 4, for me at least, until it like really kicks into gear a little bit.
Yeah. So we shall see. Started just this evening the new Amadeus miniseries starring Will Sharp. Which
White Lotus, Will Sharp.
Yeah, Will Sharp, Paul Bettany as Salieri. Michelle wanted to watch it. I was like, okay, we'll watch it. But I just, I love Amadeus, the film.
And
so
this is,
much.
I believe, not an adaptation of the film.
Apparently, it's an adaptation of the stage play that the film is based on.
Yes.
But like,
so
come on. It's just an adaptation.
So I'm guessing the Falco song doesn't make an appearance.
No, it kind of, there's some moments.
Does that even anything to do with the movie?
No, there's moments that are like very similar, but it does obviously forge its own path. But I'm just constantly thinking like, in Amadeus they did this and it was better because that film's perfect. So it's like thinking a mini series of like Die Hard. You're just constantly going, wow, this was better when Bruce Willis was going, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. I mean, even if it's good on its own merits, I can't really I find it very hard to enjoy. But we'll plow through that, see how that goes.
I just realized that I've always assumed that the song "Rock Me Amadeus" was like tied somehow to the Amadeus movie.
No, it's got nothing to do with
that. It's got nothing to do with it.
No.
I think it was inspired by it.
I thought that for a long time until I saw the movie, and then I realized.
You're like,
I said to Michelle, I thought that song.
He never sang the song.
I think that song was in the movie. She was like, no. I was like, oh fuck,
because it came out. The year after, so I wonder.
I think it was
inspired at least.
Piggybacking on that, and then we was finished Arrested Development series 1 to 3, of course.
Oh, nice, the real stuff,
the other shit. Which is every time I watch it, I think this is my favorite sitcom ever because it's just so funny. Like laughs and laughs, and it's so clever. Love the characters, casting. Some of the best casting you've ever seen in a sitcom. But yeah, it's up there for me.
Alrighty. Any telly for you, Paul?
Fallout is back.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to that return yet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very much looking forward to it. Love that first season.
Very much enjoyed the first season. We've talked about on here the comparing Last of Us to something like this, where it's based on a video game, but not straight out, following the storyline of any specific game. It just is a story that takes place in the world of the game. And Fallout is, God, of all the games I've ever played in my life, maybe the best game for doing that with, because it is such a well thought out, branded, and designed world in terms of the kind of aesthetic of everything, being that it's set in a dystopian, first of all, post-nuclear world, but also that it's set in a very specific time. So you have the music of the 40s and 50s and so on. Absolutely adore the games, of course. I played 3, and you played New Vegas the other year. I replayed New Vegas last year. I think it's a really, really great world. This season 2, obviously taking place in the Vegas area, and so there were, without spoiling anything, very direct references to the New Vegas.
The New Vegas.
And I do feel like part of the story of this season is actually going to be more closely related to the game, as opposed to season 1, which was just nebulously taking place in the Fallout world. I don't think it will be the storyline of New Vegas, but I think they will likely take beats from that story.
I think they've, because the funny thing, this is an interesting show versus something like Last of Us, as you said, because obviously for people who don't play the games, Fallout, you play a nameless just player insert character that customize, and the Ella Purnell character is completely made up. And I think even through corporate mergers and different owners and stuff, I think all the Fallout games are canon and they all fall into a season space. And the television show, I believe, is canon to the games, and it takes place, I think, after everything else. I think it's post the events of the game New Vegas, I believe. Again, I could be butchering some of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it folds in. Also, the funny thing about saying certain things are canon is that the player has fairly massive decisions to make in these games. Canon is kind of in quotation marks, I think, because it's like you can change certain things and off certain people. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see it being done that way as opposed to a straight adaptation. I suppose because you couldn't really do a straight adaptation of the games.
Yeah, first episode was good. Opened up with some lame comedy, but did kind of kick on from there. Literally opens up, I don't remember if you remember for your playthrough, the town of Novak.
Yes, yeah.
With the dinosaur statue. Mm-hmm. That all is in there.
Excellent, okay, cool.
Novak being, of course, no vacancy sign that half it stopped working, so it's Novak. Mm-hmm. They make reference, I mean, this is bordering on, I clapped when I saw Darth Vader.
But it's not because that stuff, at least in season 1 anyway, that stuff was so kind of like, you and I can watch it.
It's not in your face. Yeah.
It's not, I don't think they pan to the Novak sign and the music peaks and then the Novak sign kills a bunch of people because it's alive. It's Darth Vader.
No, but they do say, didn't that used to be a shop over there?
Right.
That kind of thing. We're like, it was a shop. I played the game. I remember that. Which is very much my reaction. No, it was very, very solid. Obviously, we by the nature of the show, you spent a little bit of time with the people who are still in Vault 32 or 33, or whatever it is. You spent some time with Ella Purnell and the Ghoul. You spent some time in the backstory or the flashback with Walton Goggins pre-Ghoul, and so it's still kind of has that almost Game of Thrones model of, it's not one plot you're following, it's like 5, and so you spend each episode, you spend maybe 10 minutes with each, and you know they can kind of coalesce and divide as needed. But no, I'll give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed it, and it's a show that I find quite easy to watch anyway, so thumbs up on Fallout.
Excellent. Yeah, that's the TV for the week. Gotta catch up on Pluribus and Fallout myself. On the gaming front, I wanted to wrap up the couple of things I've had dragging along for a little while. So I did finally finish DK Bananza. On the Switch 2. Really fun. I think we talked about it a lot over the last couple of weeks. You know, I think it really hit its stride there.
Especially the second half of it.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Now, I will say the ending. I heard a lot of people big up the ending. Yeah. I didn't.
Well, I mean, I think if you have a very strong nostalgia, especially for the Super Nintendo games,
which I don't.
There's a little itch scratching going on there.
Yeah,
but I would agree. The last level, especially, has a bit of what's the train level at the end of Hitman 3?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, this isn't the kind of level that I enjoy.
No.
You put me into a corridor for some reason at the end of this game.
Yeah, I had the exact same thought. And I was kind of like, it is minor, but I was kind of ready for this to end about an hour ago. You know,
that's perfect. Then.
Overall, I ended up coming away a smidge disappointed on it, obviously, because I had my reservations at the beginning, but I think it did find its groove, and I think I will definitely go back. I think I could definitely do some kind of like podcast listening and mindless like banana collecting. I didn't check what my final numbers. I think I got like slightly under half of the total bananas in the game. I'm fairly sure.
I think I was on 680 or something when I closed out.
Yeah, I can't remember. So I'll definitely go back to it. It's super fun. I mean, and if you've got a Switch 2, I mean, it's still the thing to play. You know, I'm fairly sure. I really enjoyed that. And then I've just got on my backlog page, which is my kind of gaming reviewing and tracking thing. I've just got 2 games in my currently playing field, and they're both nearly done. So I'm hoping to go into 26 with a clean slate. What was I keep forgetting what that fucking name is. The Drifter, which is that kind of point and click adventure game, which I'm enjoying, and Silent Hill F, which is the kind of new one I'm now like focusing on. I'm going to play this until I finish it. It's great. It's incredibly creepy and gross and upsetting in all the ways a Silent Hill thing should be. A sleeper hit of the year, I would say. I don't think it would convert anyone who's not into that type of game, but it's a real return to form for that franchise. I think I've only got a couple of hours left on that. It's apparently it's not that long, but it's also one of those ones where I'm never really a huge fan of this, but it's one of those, you beat it and then you learn some story context that makes you want to do New Game Plus. I don't know if I'm going to bother with that, but I'll see what it is. Again, I've managed to dodge being spoiled on it, so I'll see what it is. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on probably for the remainder of the year.
Nice. Well, I'm still tipping away at Short Round, you little fucker. Get that snake away from me. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I've beaten the Egypt section, and then I beat the Himalayas and the very short Himalayas and Shanghai sections. So I'm now on what I believe is the last kind of open area game in... I forget where it is. Up here, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, fuck, I'm trying to bang on it as well.
Boy, it's called like Sokotoa or something. Sukhothai,
yes, yeah.
That's easy to remember because when I'm having some lovely hot chocolate in my suit and I spill some of it, then I have to Sukhothai to get it back into my big fat gob. It's in Thailand, so I am in the Thailand section of the game, which I believe means I'm not 100 miles away from completing.
No, you're close. Yeah.
So I have just, as of yesterday, started my Christmas holidays. Thank God, finally. We talked about the fact that I actually had fucking an extra week and a half of entitlements that I had to work during. So, baby, can't wait for my 2.5 months of holiday entitlements I have next year. I'll be barely working at all. But now I can kind of put the metal down and get this game finished. Still loving it. I mean, particularly liked the Himalaya level. The Shanghai one was a little nothingy, and the flying section I thought was a little too easy. There was not really much to it. But the Himalaya level I did like, where there's the big Nazi boat on top of the mountain. That kind of stuff was cool. So yeah, we'll beat that. And then I do have Ghost of Yotai. Where is it? Is it here somewhere? I don't know, because my brother is playing it. In this room somewhere. He's hidden it so I can't see it though. Because that's what my brother and I have an arrangement. Now this year I didn't do it myself. But typically we have an arrangement where if we buy each other video games for Christmas, we can play them ourselves.
I think that's a good rule.
So I got him Metroid. I have not played Metroid because I am too busy playing Indiana Jones. But I will get around to Metroid as well, although it seems like they exactly go back to Metroid Prime 1, which is mad because I find that I know you weren't so hot on Dread. I loved Dread. I wonder if it's Prime, the first Metroid Prime did such a good job of translating that to 3D. I don't know why they've struggled with it so much since. Maybe it's just better suited to 2D.
I think that might be the answer. Again, I haven't played any of the 3D ones, but I think
Prime 1 is excellent, to be fair.
I think, but it's it was also such a moment in time as well, wasn't it? Because it was such it was still relatively early in 3D. It was like this. It was like Nintendo's second generation of 3D with the GameCube and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it was 2003,
2003. It was, and so, and I'm sure it was novel and cool, and you've obviously saw it, people in general really loved. But yeah, I mean, maybe I would primarily think of it as a 2D franchise. Again, I feel like, I think it might be under the Christmas tree for me. So I'm curious to weigh in on 4.
I wonder as well is because Metroid has always historically been an underperforming game business-wise.
Yes.
If they felt like they need to make it a little bit more accessible. From what I've seen from Halo 4, or from Halo 4, Freudian slip, what I've seen from Metroid Prime 4 is that it does seem to be trying to encompass a lot of stuff from better selling first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
Which obviously people who are so Metroid, purists will say, "Oh, this isn't it. This is what I like." But Nintendo are fully within their right to say, "Well, these games don't fucking sell very well from there." So maybe they'll do kind of similar thing to what they do with Zelda and Mario, where you get your big flagship games every 6 years or whatever, but they'll throw a Mario Wonder or an Echoes of Wisdom in between. So you'll get your prime games, but then you get a little 2D Metroid thrown out here, maybe developed by the same team who did Dread, because obviously Retro didn't make Dread, but developed this. And maybe, people who are the purists will still get their Metroid fix, while, again, similar to Mario Zelda, the 3D experience will maybe morph into something different. Maybe that's what it'll be. We'll see. I will certainly be giving it a go. Maybe not necessarily over Christmas, after Christmas. Maybe after Ghost of Yotai, which I'm looking forward to play, because as someone who hasn't touched an Assassin's Creed game since Odyssey, I'm getting a little bit of an itch for that style of game.
You're removed enough now that you. That's the way to do it. I mean, that is the way to do it.
So I feel like I will enjoy that, but we'll see.
Well, post Christmas, we'll come back with Game Guff updates, I'm sure. And that is going to do it for the show, everyone, for this festive season. Obviously, January is always a mad busy session for us here on the show, because we're going to be doing awards and fiction games and all this other stuff,
and the draft.
And at some point in the coming days and weeks, there will be a draft show. We'll hash that out at some point. But
next time you hear us, it will be the draft.
We will be drafting. So ChairShotPodcast.com, pals, is where you can go to check out. Yeah, the dying days of the Fantasy League. Go out there and see how it all hashed out. Check the stats. See who did well. And stuff like that. Which wrestlers dominated, and so on and so forth. Also, where you can pop us an email with your 2025 reflections, your 2026 hopes, just your general takes, question, whatever's on your mind. We greatly appreciate it. We love hearing from you. Thanks for
a special Christmas gift request, if you don't mind as well.
Go on.
To all our listeners, if you want to, say thank you to the boys, go and give us a little YouTube sub. Why not?
Yeah,
Let's get them numbers up.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know the link, but if you look up
if you look it up, you'll find it.
Podcast. Let me just make sure that works, by the way. Yes, because there was that other ChairShot podcast, let's not forget.
Oh, they lasted about 6 weeks.
They did 15 episodes in fucked off and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, ChairShot podcast. So you go on there. Give us a little subby for Christmas. Wouldn't mind.
Give us a little subby. We appreciate that. Thank you very much, listeners, for another great year. It's been our pleasure, as it always is, to provide this stupidity for you every week. We greatly appreciate you listening, and I, of course, greatly appreciate my co-hosts for being there with me as well. It's been a delight for the last 15 goddamn years. Can you believe it?
Oh, nearly 16.
Nearly 16.
16.
Oh, yeah, because it's February.
If you know what that means.
Sweet 16.
ChairShot Mania 16.
Yeah.
So we have to call Chris out of retirement to make it a 4-way.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
ChairShot Mania 2000.
He's good. Folks, thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year from the three of us. And it is goodbye from me, Barry. It is goodbye from Paul.
Goodbye.
It is goodbye from Joe.
Goodbye. Merry Christmas.